After what felt like forever, Minecraft Bedrock Edition is finally getting a hardcore mode as part of the upcoming 1.21 update, and is currently available on its latest preview. So I'm gonna try and be the first ever person to beat Bedrock Edition on its hardest difficulty before it officially comes out. And if this video gets 100 likes, I'll fight the Wither next, which is said to be even harder to beat than its Java counterpart. So make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on it. Without any further delay, here's how my first hardcore experience went down. Honestly, it was pretty easy. Even before creating the world, I was greeted with this comforting text that said, "You can't respawn after you die. Good luck, you'll need it." Well, this shouldn't concern me in any way, cause I can't read. Create world. I then spawned within a desert. Not the best biome to begin with, but eventually it would prove otherwise. After a bit of exploring, I was able to find a desert temple and what might seem to be a ruined nether portal in the distance. Doing well so far. Also, I would like to lay down some ground rules. One is that I just have to beat the game, meaning only killing the Ender Dragon. Second, if I do die, I'll have to restart and create another world. Third, don't die. Anyway, the temple didn't have much in it, but I did get some gold, which gave me a head start when trading with piglins. After that, I went and spotted a village in the distance, which was next to yet another desert temple, and even further away was a third one. Spawning near two structures is one thing, but 3 temples near walking distance of one another is a whole different debate. I swear this isn't a set seed, trust me on that. I borrowed some stuff from the village and borrowed some iron from the golem. Then to the other temples I went, where I was able to gather 3 golden apples and my first 2 diamonds. Then I slept my first night on top of the temple. By now you'll be thinking, alright, there's no way this guy's run can get any more broken, right? I found another nearby village again. Look, I know this sounds staged and all, but I swear to God that I just clicked the green button. I just followed the rules. What do you want me to do? Moving on, I wanted to go back to the ruined nether portal that I mentioned earlier, and since it was submerged in water, I didn't expect to find any lava source, and was hoping to find an entire stack of obsidian in the chest with flint and steel ready for use. So I didn't have any hopes up of finding lava nearby. But to my shock of finding lava just chilling underwater. 10 out of 10 game. This really doesn't help my case, huh? But I had to be cautious, because if I wanted to complete the portal, I'll need to scoop up the lava, which in turn will update the surrounding blocks. And even having such miracle happening, that broke the game's law, and I was just a single block short from finishing the portal. Everything until this point was smooth sailing. Until now. Nonetheless, I had to go back and find another lava block. Luckily, there was one in a cave conveniently nearby. Place, lit, and in we go. Now, I was about 20 minutes into the playthrough, which some might say it's slow, but I don't care, cause I'm not trying to speedrun, okay? But this next part, I wanted to do it the quickest. I can't fathom enough how much I hated the nether. The issue isn't with how difficult the nether is, it is with how random it can be. Once everything would be peaceful, then you get attacked by a herd of angry Pumbas. Being cornered at the edge caused 2 skeletons chose to pick on you. All that trouble, just for some eyes. I also used this bridging method, which did speed up the exploration of the nether by a bit. Some might say it's risky, some might question how am I even doing it. It's a Bedrock exclusive feature. Try it on Java if you want. It won't work. Found a bastion. Not the fortress I was looking for though. This probably won't lead to a tragic fate, which will hold the entirety of my progression in any sort of way. Anyhow, I was able to find a warped forest, and fortunately enough, there was a fortress nearby. Neat. In the end, I was able to gather 14 Ender Eyes, with 2 near-death experiences, but we don't talk about that. We just had to go back to the portal, then find the stronghold, and finally defeat the dragon. Keep in mind, I had to cut out the majority of me just walking through the nether, so I think that deserves a like and a sub. Everything was going great, and this could have been one of my greatest runs of all time. Could have been. Well, as I was bridging my way to the portal, this happened. Just like that, all my progress went in vain. From one of the best starting points to gathering everything needed to beat the dragon in under an hour was all lost in a split moment. All because I didn't place a single block. At this point, I wanted to give up on the entire video and go work on something else, since I wasn't guaranteed the same likelihood of finding a nearby structure or cave or even a village. Was I gonna open a portal to a fortress or walk thousands of blocks? Would I have to die yet again in an embarrassing way? How many more times would I die? 3 more times? 10 more? 20? I was stuck and didn't know what to do. Well, I went back and created another world, ignored the meaningless warning, and began once again, this time even more determined to beat the game than ever. Spawned right in the swamp. What a welcoming start. That was sarcasm if you couldn't tell. Destroy tree, recycle tree, make useful tree, men break rock. I don't know why I'm talking cavemen. Gather iron. There's a village nearby. Borrowed their stuff again. Recycled their golem to a t-shirt. Fell in a hole. Gathered more iron and gold. Found some glowing tomato soup. Made portal. Almost messed up said portal. Fixed portal. Lit it, and in I went. Then I had to go through the entire nether charade once again. You'd think after what happened last time I would be more cautious in the way I bridge. Well, I can proudly say I didn't. I just got better. Found a fortress. And there I was again. I had everything I needed to go to the end. Same situation, but will the outcome be different? I exited the fortress, traversed the burning terrains, and made it safely back to the portal. Yippee! Now we were nearing the end. Literally. I just had to find the end portal and kill the dragon. So I made my way back to the surface, getting a few diamonds beforehand, and so begun my long voyage for the stronghold. I did stop by another village to resupply, which had a pillager outpost that was stationed as a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean for some reason. I won't stop having fun making these killing montages. I never will. Thus I continued my journey through the land and sea. Then after a few thousand blocks, I was able to locate the stronghold. Also found this dog. So I began my slow descent into the stronghold. Had a bit of difficulty finding the structure. Tried to x-ray glitch using this composter and gravel. Didn't work, but I did eventually find it, so bear with me on this one. Took a bit of walking around to find the actual portal room, let alone having barely enough pearls to complete the portal, so... And as I placed the last eye, I just stared at the endless void, as if it stared right back at me. Until this point, I had two choices when it came to handling situations. Running away from the problem to think of another way to approach it, or fight my way through. But here, if I went through that portal, there is no turning back. Either I emerge victorious from the end, or I lose everything and begin once again from scratch. Whichever case scenario takes place, one thing is for certain. Jack Black should play Steve in the live action movie. Yep. As soon as I spawned on the platform, I began to bridge towards the end island, this time taking a more slow-paced approach. Went to the first obsidian tower and fired. As I fired the first arrow, I realized that the amount of time it would take to destroy every crystal, then killing the dragon, would leave me vulnerable to dive bombs as well as projectile attacks. And don't even question how I chose this, but I decided to full-on attack the ender dragon without taking out the other crystals. Some of you might think this single-handedly a dumb decision, but to my surprise, I was actually doing significant damage. Although I couldn't really tell how much health was left due to this lovely text in front of me, I could barely tell that I was doing something at least. Fun fact, the raw footage of this fight is about 5 minutes. And as the fight reached its climax, I dealt one more hit and then it was over. Although the beginning was kinda rough at the start and I did fail my first attempt, I have beaten Minecraft Bedrock Edition hardest difficulty on my second try. Honestly, it was a nice challenge to do, but I finally did it. I was ready to return home. I picked up the egg, then stepped onto the portal. But not before an enderman tried to kill me for no reason. Wouldn't it be funny if after all of that, I randomly got killed by an enderman and had to do this all over again? I survived, so don't sweat it. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. Take care and have a wonderful day.